The search for a reliable partner in dealing with your U-turn bus needs has been made easier and convenient with SA Automobile. SA Automobile, formerly U-turn Ghana Limited, has been in the business of offering quality U-turn products and services at competitive rates. At SA Automobile, our team of expert staff, management, engineers and mechanics professionally deal in the sale of U-turn buses, genuine spare parts, its repairs and maintenance at a highly effective workshop with remarkable speed. We also have available the sale of Camel car batteries, Weichai and Kia spare parts, Zonton coaches and light duty vehicles for everyday movement. Contact us on 020 000 0831 or 054 555 7500. You can also email us info@saautomobilegh.com or visit our website at www.saautomobilegh.com. SA Automobile, the pleasure of doing business with you is all ours.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room sets, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
Now, welcome back to the program. And now to our first story, where the Vice Chairman of Parliament Finance Committee and a Member of Parliament for the Okaikwe Central, Patrick Boama, is urging members of Parliament to reject the proposed $28 million car loan agreement with the National Investment Bank for purchase of vehicles for all 275 MPs. He said the proposal is unrealistic and inappropriate because of the state of the economy. The Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta has presented a loan agreement for $28 million to Parliament for the purchase of 275 vehicles for the members of Parliament. Based on the amount and the number of individuals involved, each member of Parliament is expected to receive over $100,000 for the purchase of the vehicle. The Finance Committee of the House is expected to consider the loan agreement and report to the House.
I'll ask MPs to reject the loan and ask government to procure vehicles for us. For us to use in the performance of our duties. After 4 years, we leave the vehicles for them. Because before I started taking my salary in the 8th Parliament, I was given a notice that from February, a certain amount of money will be deducted from my salary in anticipation of this loan, which is yet to be approved in July. So from February, I started paying.
That was last year.
This year, 8th Parliament. Okay. I started paying, even though I hadn't seen the loan. That one, nobody saw anything wrong with that. But the president, down the line to ministers, you are MPs, you are journalists in Parliament, you see ministers. They come here with official vehicles. Some have the four-wheel and the saloon. Nobody complains. the members of the judiciary, they do. Nobody has complained. MPs, they are not having it for free. They are procuring a loan. That one, there's a problem. That one. So I think we need to interrogate it. If the public thinks that MPs don't deserve a vehicle to work with, we should know.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for South Dai, Roxanne Dafiamekpo, who spoke to Metro News, has defended the loan agreement for the purchase of vehicles for the MPs. In an interview with Metro News, the legislator said there is currently no viable alternative and that some new MPs who have no vehicles are compelled to use the Uber or taxis to get to Parliament.
The question you have to ask my brother, the Honorable Patrick Boama, the MP for Kankwe Central, is that what alternative exists for members of Parliament to get official vehicles to be able to perform their functions of office? There's none. So he belongs to the party that is in government. He should tell the government that it appears that it is time the state makes arrangements to acquire official vehicles for members of Parliament. Indeed, I am not happy that my salary since January has been deducted towards the purchase of a vehicle that I am here to see.
Well, since January,
yes. Go. You see, you sometimes people should do some background check. Go to accounts and find out whether they are not deducting at source every month heavy monies from the salaries from each MP. They are doing so in anticipation that a loan will be given to the MPs to purchase their official vehicles. So far, so much has been taken away from MPs.
The problem is, what is the alternative?
So the problem is with the government, is with the state, not the Member of Parliament. That is what the Member of Parliament has come to meet. If there is an alternative, if he had choices that, okay, there's a loan for, as a Member of Parliament, there's a loan for you to take to purchase your official vehicle. That's option one. Option two, the state is capable of buying official vehicles for you. Okay. Option three, the state to buy official vehicle, but you share the cost. If these options were available and members are taking one without reasonable justification, then we could be criticizing. But there's no.
Now, also commenting on the matter, the executive director for the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs says that a time has come for members of parliament to be treated rightly.
You know, this is a debate that we've had in this country, you know, over the last 20, 30 years. I mean, each time there's a new parliament, this issue comes up. And for me, my position over the years has been that, look, what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. If all, the other branches of government get money, get official vehicles to run their official duties, from the district chief executive in my village to the regional minister to the minister of state. I don't see why members of parliament, who are the strongest link in our democracy, should be saddled with this burden every 4 years to take a loan to go and buy a car and do official business. And in taking the loan, it generates a lot of unnecessary debate in this country. Ordinarily, if there was a way of providing members of parliament, just like other branches of government, with official vehicles, they use those vehicles, do their parliamentary business. When they leave those vehicles behind. Those who come in the next parliament take over those vehicles, or maybe they could be auctioned or whatever. The way it is handled in the other branches of government, right. We wouldn't be having these debates every 4 years. It casts members of parliament in a very bad light, and I think that I mean, it's very unfortunate for our members of parliament that they find themselves in this situation where they are supposed to be approving laws like this, and then an impression is created that it's going to be for their personal benefit. I think we need to separate that. Many people have raised questions now and in the past, whether given our economic conditions and so on, we can afford to be providing members of parliament these kinds of loans and so on.
The Member of Parliament for South Dai, Roxanne Fiamakbo, tells Metro News that he's heading to the Supreme Court to challenge the decision by the government to adopt a report by the Emolument Committee regarding the payment of monthly salaries to the spouses of President Akufo-Addo and the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The recommendation, which was approved by the last Parliament, was made by a 5-member committee set up in June 2019 by the President to make recommendations on the salaries and other benefits and privileges of Article 71 office holders. Now, the approval by Parliament has now been formalized, or has formalized the payment of remuneration to the First and Second Ladies, Rebecca Akufo-Addo and Samira Bawumia, who were placed on allowances until now. Let's hear from the South Dai Member of Parliament, Roxanne Fiamakbo.
It's a very simple matter. My position is that, first, the committee hasn't got the mandate to make that recommendation, because their mandate was to review emoluments of Article 71 office holders. And it is a closed bracket. Article 71 office holders are mentioned. The spouses of the President and the Vice are not listed. So if some committee decides to do their own thing, they are acting ultra vires their mandate of the Constitution. But because that recommendation had been smuggled through the report and gone through the approval process, the only forum to test this process or this issue is the Supreme Court. It's as simple as that.
So what are you doing, seeking to do now?
By close of tomorrow, I will file my writ, and when I do so, we shall interrogate the matters.
Now, Metro News has hit the streets of Accra and has been gauging the responses and reactions of Ghanaians on this matter. Let's hear what Ghanaians have to say.
Citizen, okay, it's very heartbreaking. Okay, it's very heartbreaking because there are so many things that I have no idea how much they're going to be paid though, but there are so many things here in Ghana that specific amount of money they're going to be used to pay the first ladies, and then the second first lady can be used for. Okay. Just come to think of it, recently there was a fire outbreak at Mokola. Do you understand? And I stand to be corrected. The whole Accra Central, we only had 2 fire service stations. They came and they couldn't even quench the fires. It's really heartbreaking. Trust me, if I don't take care, I might end up insulting. I don't want to go that far. It's not necessary. Why would they have to be paid?
I don't think it's a good idea for the president's spouse to be paid. Because if you are paying him, your spouse, just because you're a president, then other workers too have the right to say that their spouses are equally supposed to be paid. I don't see them doing any tedious thing for them to pay. Personally, I don't think it's a good idea.
It is very good to pay them because it's Ghana money. It's good. What is wrong with it? There's nothing wrong. So if me to one day, God help me, I become a president. So my wife, okay, salary. So we should clap for the parliamentary way approve this one, including the, Speaker, Abambagbe, or what is his name. So that is good.
Well, then they can equally give them some allowances, just something small, but not being paid every month. If you talk about salary, that means they're going to get something at the end of every month. And I don't think it's a wise decision.
So I actually don't think so, because most of them already have jobs that they are doing. I know they are doing great work for the country, but it's mostly on a voluntary basis. So salaries, I don't think so. Allowances are okay, but salary...
Very interesting comments, aren't they? Now, reacting to this development, a former Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister and a conflict resolution, peace building and development professional, Imaro Bombandi, says it suggests that the president is undermining the rule of law.
Anything that divides the nation is not a good policy. And that is why our institutional structures are such that the political discourse, as much as possible, should bring us around a common understanding of how we want to appreciate a particular policy in place. Now, what I am hearing from listening to your interlocutors is very simple, that spouses of the president and vice presidents are not Article 71 office holders. And because of that, it creates a constitutional problem. Now, the second reason why this is not good for us is because you cannot be chipping away on the fundamental law of the land that holds your peace and guarantees your stability. Because when you begin to chip away at the Constitution by undermining it, then you begin to chip away on the respect for the rule of law, which then begins to erode into your peace and stability, and you don't want to add another layer of social agitation, which then creates its own tensions. So at these two levels, it's not good for us. And the third one is what you mentioned before you asked me the question, which is, if you look at the post-pandemic period and our common effort to build back, the priorities are such that every little money we have should be wisely and prudently used and not to be seen by people to be expended in areas that are frivolous.
Okay. The Information Minister, Kojo Nkrumah, alludes to the fact that this has been an ongoing practice since the days of former President J. Kufuor. Government of Ghana, President Kufuor and his government, is only making it official. Doesn't this in any way protect what is happening? Would you rather that we continue doing this in the unofficial way?
So what we need to do is to have clarity on the semantics. There have been such support as allowances that the state takes responsibility for certain categories of people. These are not emoluments under Article 71 office holders. That is what makes the distinction.
Well, this is Newsline on Metro TV. My name is Moro. I'm going to be taking a short break. When I come back, there's more. Presidential Advisor on Health, Dr. Anthony Nsia has been talking to Good Afternoon Ghana host Francisco Kakra-Forsing. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned in.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Madame. Et voilà.
Ah, babe, what is this?
This is the escargot and the foie gras. Oui.
Where did she go?
You pa one kasa who say obasa your pay fiedian.
It's been long since you ever felt like this.
Welcome to the best in Ghanaian entertainment on Aquaba Magic. Welcome home to Aquaba Magic on DSTV channel 150. It's your moment. DSTV.
Presidential Advisor on Health, Dr. Anthony Nsia has debunked claims that Ghana is currently experiencing a third wave of COVID-19 infections. According to him, the country is currently experiencing surges in infections. However, the threat of a third wave is increasingly potent. These and more came up in a conversation with Francisco Kakra-Forsing on Good Afternoon Ghana.
When there are waves within our sub-region, within the world, you see, we have the world is a global village. So once any country has a wave, there's a potential wave coming towards you. So what is happening now, we started seeing surges. Where wave is that continuously there will be a very rapid increase in the number of cases. We are seeing increase in number of cases, but it's not as rapid as we see when the wave is coming. So I will call it surges.
Okay.
But we are mindful that if you are not very careful, what happened in June, July, and what happened in January, February, March can happen. It started like that. So we are very, very mindful that I will not say we are in a third wave. I will say that we're having surges, and if we are not very careful and we don't go strictly by the protocols, we will go into a third wave. So far, so good. But we are not out of the woods yet.
Dr. Nsiasari has also been explaining why there has been a delay in Ghana securing vaccines on time to vaccinate its population. He attributes the situation to what he terms vaccine nationalism. He however says that the situation has put Ghana well on its way to begin developing its own vaccine for COVID-19 as well as other diseases.
Other difficulty is vaccine nationalism and the politics in vaccine.
Vaccine nationalism.
Yes. Everybody who is producing vaccine, the vaccine producing countries, want to finish vaccinating their people. African Union leaders have also been complaining.
Okay.
The WHO has been complaining. World Bank has also been complaining that they should release vaccines that they cannot use. So if you do that, they will have vaccine security and so become sustainable in giving vaccines. Not only COVID vaccines, but also for the EPI, Expanded Program on Immunization Vaccines. Okay. Because Africa, about 99% of vaccines, especially childhood vaccines that we give to children, are imported. Only 1% is either fill and finish.
So what's it going to take them
so
to
what
take that
African Union has pledged is that by 2040, it should be 40-60%, not 1%, 99%. In Ghana, we want to be a vaccine development and manufacturing hub, if for nothing at all for ourselves and for the sub-region. We have met a lot of manufacturing companies. Some of them have formed consortium. There are other developed countries who are vaccine producers who are also trying to help Ghana to bring the technology transfer and also even funding, because vaccine production also comes with you have to do a lot of research and development. Luckily, we have research institutes, we have universities who are prepared and doing research and development even in clinical trials and the rest. So
now, President Akufo-Addo has assured the Swiss government of his firm resolve to take action to mitigate climate change in the country. At the Jubilee House on Wednesday, during a visit by former president of the Swiss Confederation, that's Simonetta Sommaruga, President Akufo-Addo says Ghana is ready to implement the Climate Partnership Agreement that was signed between the two countries, aimed at promoting the use of clean energy in the country.
Is supporting a number of climate protection measures in countries across the world. In Ghana, a climate protection agreement was signed between the Ghanaian and Swiss government in March 2020. This will enable Ghana to accelerate progress towards achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development as well as the Paris Agreement. The former Swiss president is currently on a working visit to Ghana to, among other things, firm up a roadmap to reduce carbon emission and mitigate climate change in the country. She said her country aims to increase renewable energy usage in Ghana and enhance waste management.
We have concluded a very important agreement on climate protection. It was really a work of pioneers. We are leaders worldwide with such an agreement that we want to reduce the CO2 emissions in your country. Switzerland makes the investment and we can count the reductions on our side. So we have the investments in your country, and we can do more CO2 emission reductions in our country.
President Akufo-Addo was grateful for the Swiss government's support.
Well, we are strongly appreciative and indebted to your initiatives in education and in environmental discussions. We have this big commitment that we're hoping that by the end of the decade, our energy mix will be at least 10% of it will be in the area of renewable energy, and the cooperation that we're receiving from you in that area will go a long way. I think there's a lot of exploration of ideas and initiatives that I can foresee in this area, which will be very beneficial. But we continue to be very...
The United States State Department has condemned on Wednesday, July 7, the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse and wounding his wife Martine in their home. Now, 53-year-old Moisi was shot dead and his wife wounded by unidentified gunmen with high-caliber weapons in their private residence overnight, stirring fears of chaos in an impoverished Caribbean nation already reeling from rampant gang violence and facing a constitutional crisis. Now, the State Department spokesman Ned Price said reports suggesting the attackers were DEA agents were absolutely false.
Start with the situation in Haiti, and the United States strongly condemns, as you heard from President Biden earlier today, the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse and the attack on First Lady Martine Moïse in Haiti. We extend our deepest condolences to President Moïse's family and his loved ones and to the people of Haiti in the midst of this tragedy. Those who seek to accomplish their political goals through violence and by subverting the rule of law will not succeed in thwarting the Haitian people and their desire for a better, for a brighter future. We urge Haitian authorities to bring those responsible to justice.
Kind of, and that's the Hong Kong consulate, which has been closed for a couple days now because of
All right, so this is what we bring to an end tonight's edition of Newsline. My name is Moro Awudu. Newsline is brought to you by Delta Paper, producers of Floral Disposable Tissue. Newsline will be back tomorrow, same time at 10:30. Remember, the news never sleeps. Have a good night.